Sometimes folks get a little perturbed with me because I don't get too excited about like one big game or one big loss or one big win or anything like that. So don't expect anybody to get too excited about what happened yesterday against the Oklahoma City Thunder. However, there were some things that happened that you think, okay, test. And I don't believe in regular season tests. It was a game and it didn't go well. However, Cavaliers losing to the Oklahoma City Thunder yesterday, the defending NBA champs, who didn't have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, didn't have Jalen Williams, didn't have A.J. Mitchell, and didn't have Alex Caruso. Okay, that could have gone better, but that's okay. If they happen to meet again, that would be in the NBA Finals. Maybe it'll go better. Mm-hmm. Dan Menningen?
Yeah, Lou Dort is still a pain in the butt.
Lou Dort's just a bruiser, isn't he?
That's what I took away from this game. The few things I took away from this game, one of them in the first half, the turnovers were just death. The Cavs were so sloppy with the ball, and it was just showing up every single way. And some of that, of course, is great defense on the Thunder front. And even missing your four best players, that offense that Mark Daigneault, the head coach of the Thunder, runs is still present.
Smooth.
And it looked so smooth, and they got so many good shots off of it. And you clearly saw yesterday why they are the team to beat in the NBA. Because they missed their best, four of their five players.
They were out. They were out their two best players and some other guys who really help them.
Yeah. And they were still a menace.
Yep.
And they were still tough. All right, let's dive in, Jeff. Are you worried about the physicality that you saw yesterday as well? It kind of seemed like Jared Allen and Evan Mobley got pushed around a little bit in this game. It seemed like Chet Holmgren was able to get wherever he wanted to go whenever he wanted to do it.
Chet's a physical beast. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I have him confused with Steven Adams.
Your boy Isaiah Hartenstein was
Stein. I'm still stunned that the Cavs let him walk away.
I mean, 6 for 6 from the floor.
I like that guy.
I do too.
Yeah, he can play.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good thing.
And
no, I'm not upset at the physicality and that the Cavs didn't have that kind of a game yesterday. I'm not. And though you have to have aspects of that in your game to succeed in the NBA, I don't think it's a huge issue. I really don't. You still had good, basically good all-around play. Jared Allen had 13 rebounds, had a double-double. You're getting Evan Mobley back into this. That's still the thing to me, Dan, that you got to figure out. How do you get Evan back into this with James, with Jarrett still staying, top notch? Evan had 2 rebounds yesterday.
Yeah.
That's not good.
That's rough.
That's not good.
That's real rough.
But I don't mean to make an excuse for him. I'm assuming he's going to work his way back into regular playing shape and everything else. But he's got to do better than that. He knows it. We know it. Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
I'll tell him that.
It's a big part of this. If he can't give you that, if he can't give you the rebounding aspect, if he can't give you the defensive player of the year stuff that you saw last year, which I think I'm with you. He's rounding back into shape. It's why I'm not panicking or anything else like that over this game.
You can't panic. He's played 2 games now in February.
Right. He's been banged up during the season, and now you've added in this guy in James Harden where you're still trying to figure out, okay, where should I be standing? Where do I need to look? Please, for the love of God, don't have the answer be go stand in the corner. Try to figure out how to play high-low. Try to figure out how to run pick and roll with a guy that you've never played with before.
Right. And some of the intricacies might take a little while to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
And James clearly just helped Jared Allen thrive, and they figured that out. Now can they do that with 2 bigs? And and you have plenty of time to figure that out. That's the one thing I think everybody needs to remember. There's plenty of time here for them to figure out how to make that work. So play out the rest of the season, fine-tune some things, get on the same playoff page, and be ready to go when the postseason hits. And hopefully when it does, you're sitting 2nd or 3rd in the Eastern Conference.
Mm-hmm. It was a good game to have take place. I would have loved to have seen it take place a month from now, when everybody else has a little bit of time together and they're rounding into form and they start to get a better understanding of where everyone needs to stand and what everyone needs to do on the offensive end, because Oklahoma City is a defensive juggernaut. They're really, really good at that. I mean, they put Lou Dort on Donovan Mitchell, and Donovan Mitchell had a rough afternoon. And it's just the way that they go. And I want to see what that looks like a month from now, because I wonder if some of those hard edges get smoothed over.
Well, they've still won, and this is even before James. They've won 11 of 13 games. Mm-hmm. And yesterday's loss ended a 7-game winning streak. So they've been really coming around, playing better basketball. Now you bring in Harden. You're going to have that period, especially with Mobley back. Now it's just going to take a little time to get everything cooking. But the team clearly looks much more ready to be a force in the playoffs than it did beforehand. First of all, Darius wasn't in there. So he was dinged up. Number to join us, by the way, 216-474-0092. The team looks like it's much more playoff ready than it ever was at any time this year, in my estimation. And it's not just because somebody's healthy. It's because Harden's making some different things happen. I think he's helping Mitchell. We know he's helping Jared Allen. Mm-hmm. He's helped Sam Merrill. Sam
Merrill had a game yesterday.
Well, Sam's getting a lot of looks, isn't he?
Absolutely.
He's getting some good shots.
That drive and kick stuff, I mean, that's where it plays into it. As you start getting drive and kick from Harden, he's really good at that. He's really good at collapsing the defense and finding the open shooter.
And Harden has done a nice job of avoiding the pitfalls that you were very afraid of.
Yeah, he has not done pound, step back.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Which is good. Bill's in Parma. Hey, Bill.
How are you, Bill?
Good morning. Good morning. The team is entertaining to watch, but, they kind of moved the deck chairs around on the Titanic, in my estimation, because I saw Mobley getting knocked around by Holmgren. And when I saw that, I thought, whoa, I mean, where is our big guy that we need to have? And I've been saying this for 3-4 years, that knocks them around. And Mobley bothers me in the sense I haven't seen any improvement this year. And I think this may be Mobley. And if this is Mobley, he's good, but we're not going to win a championship with this type of Mobley. And
Billy's also been hurt, though, for a good chunk of the season. I mean, the poor guy's been dealing with injuries through it. So you sometimes get these where it might just be one of those wash years that he was dealing with injuries.
Well, but Dan, I hear what you're saying, but I think my biggest concern was he would go into the paint and Holmgren would knock him around. I mean, his knees would buckle when he got a forearm from Chet Holmgren. And I mean, when it gets into the playoffs and they're really pounding, whether he's injured or not injured, what I saw was the same guy as last year. And not really sure where he fits, not really aggressive when he could be. And what do I see? Maybe we'll get a little bit farther, but also, I think I'm just worried a little bit because I wish we would get a bigger guy. Hey, but you guys are doing a great job. Have a great day.
Bill, thank you very much.
Appreciate it, Bill.
The one thing about Evan, and I've made my thoughts really clear, I think this team can become a championship caliber team when he is clearly at least the second guy on this team. And has that changed with James Harden here? Maybe slightly, but it's a short-term change. Because if James is going to be here, it's not going to be for another 5 years, I wouldn't think. Hopefully he's here next year. I like the way he's fit in. But the weird thing to me about Evan has been, though his play has improved, his defensive play is better. He's added some elements to his game.
He's the defensive player of the year last year.
Right. And people are looking for more. I think people are looking for Giannis type of numbers.
Right.
And I don't think you're going to get those out of Evan Mobley. In this system, you're not going to get those. Now, if it weren't this system and he were playing in something where he was more featured, would he give you those Giannis type numbers? I don't know the answer to that. And that to me is the big unknown here. His scoring hasn't gone up much since he's been in the NBA. He's between 15 and 19 points a game every year he's been in the league. His rebounding has been between 8.3 and 9.4. So his rebounding hasn't soared. And I think a lot of folks were hoping for, I know I was, hoping for the, hey, nice, really nice beginning, nice second year. This is the year where you jump to 24, 25 points a game and average 11 rebounds.
Looking for the leap.
Yeah. And we haven't had the leap that I think a lot of folks think he should have and certainly want to see. I know I've wanted to see it. What he's been is a really good NBA player.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot to be said for being a really good NBA player in a 6'11" body with a lot of skill. But if you're looking for that leap, and I think this is fair to say, Dan, if it doesn't happen in your first 5 years in the league, it may not happen. And he's in his 5th year in the league.
Do you wonder, how do I put this? Do you wonder if this is almost like a Jonathan Kuminga type of situation?
No, because Evan has produced significantly much more than Kuminga has.
Right, but hang with me. Where he hasn't really had those opportunities or the necessity for him to have to go out there and completely just dominate on the offensive end.
I think,
and so that skill set has never grown because you're always feeding Darius Garland and you were feeding Donovan Mitchell. Now you're feeding James Harden. Now you're getting Jared Allen involved.
Well, you know my thought on that.
Yeah.
Because I thought having the 2 ball dominant guards really hindered the overall development of Evan Mobley. Because Donovan's going to get his shots and he's going to take his shots, but Darius was too.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to me that Harden is a little more, I'm able to pass the ball and get assists while still getting my points and really help my big guys, where Darius, I don't think, was that same kind of player here. And so, yeah, I think if there's going to be growth, it's going to be now, because I think he could be counted on a little bit more in the offense, and I think he has a point guard now who's a little more able to get him involved and help him really soar. We'll see.
Could be. I want to see how this looks. I want to see what happens with it because I hope you are right. I would love it if somehow Harden could unlock more of what Evan Mobley can do on the offensive end, because he hasn't taken the step forward on the offensive end that people thought. I still think he's a phenomenal player, though. I mean, my goodness.
See, that's the thing. We're all expecting and hoping for absolute greatness and Hall of Fame caliber, because you see a 6'11" guy with the skills that he has, the mobility that he has, and the defensive play that he's phenomenal on the defensive end. We're all hoping that he becomes a Giannis type of offensive force. That might not be the guy. 216-474-0092. We'll find out, because he's not played but 2 games with James Harden. We'll see if Harden can help that happen, and if the absence of Darius Garland can help Mobley become a better offensive player. Do you think that can happen? It's Baskin and Phelps right here on The Fan.